Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Hakuoki Edo Blossoms. And we're following Kimikiku and down into a well. No, Kimikiku's lost in a well! Some kind of a lassie joke in there somewhere. Anyway, figure that out for yourself. Kimikiku led us to a dried up well, which upon closer inspection turned out to be a false door. Although to the naked eye it was totally unassuming. At the base of the well, there was a narrow drainage chute that led to the side of the castle. Wow, you really could get into the castle from here, huh? This castle had allegedly been built during the Warring States period. I swear every single time she comes up and I have to do her voice, I don't know, whatever. Given the constant volatile nature of those battles, it seemed fitting to build their own contingency plans. Huh, you think we might even find some hidden treasure in there? What are you, 12? Maybe. I don't know. If my sources are correct, then I believe so. Huh? Wait, really? Allegedly, Lord Masamune Date stored his mass fortune deep within the confines of this large castle in case of emergency. Masamune Date, a military commander during the Warring States period who established the Sendai domain and helped build Sendai Castle. The truth, however, is uncertain. Well, if Sonic gets a hold of that, then that'd probably complicate things, now wouldn't it? We gotta hurry. Were Sonnen and Sen beyond this point? I took a deep gulp and I continued crawling on my knees through the moist, narrow chute right behind Heisuke and Kimikiku. Hi. Hey, bird. Navigating through the cramped space induced a bit of claustrophobia in me, but I held steadfast, pushing all the way through to the end of the castle entrance. Please note that, from this point on, we are in the Den of Furies. Exercise the utmost caution. We'd entered a dark, confined passageway. The castle was enveloped in a thick, toxic fog, in some ways making it far more terrifying than the chute. A layer of film stuck to my skin, a sensation that distinctly reminded me of blood. Heisuke, are you okay? Yeah, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Well, maybe I should keep that to myself for now. Again, heebie-jeebies, that sounds like something out of the 70s, but I don't know. Forget I said that! Look! Heisuke pointed to a pile of dismembered Fury corpses, scattered as far as my eyes could see. Fingers, teeth, and bits of snapped bones were littered beneath our feet, but what caught my attention was the fact that the corpses seemed fresh. Who could have done something like this? Well, I guess I shouldn't even bother asking since I can think of one person. It's Kazama, most likely. We followed the trail of blood within the dimly lit catacombs. When we had made our way to the end of the trail, the mystery of who'd done it was solved. Who better for us to see than... nice of you to finally arrive. Kazama, you made it! We sound so happy. I love this. This path is the most fucked up one ever, only because Sonnen betrayed us. We already knew he was going to betray us, but, like, this is totally unexpected that he's, like, going to fucking basically get rapey and kidnappy and creepy. And, like, I mean, he betrayed the Shinsengumi, but that's, like, one thing. You're like, I mean, that's, like, wartime, and you're like, they might win, so I'm going to betray you, and that sucks, and I'm kind of a dick. But this is, like, beyond the... You were a dick in Saito's path, but this is just, like, beyond... Like, you just went way above and beyond the call of dickhood, okay? But now, Sonnen is our enemy. And Kazama's like, what's up, buddy? What? Like we're gonna fist bump this motherfucker. Like, what? I can't eat. What even is this path? I love it. It's so fucked up. I mean, like, obviously, like, we love Kazama because he's an asshole and he's evil and we do him at some point, you know. Like, in his path, he's actually pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. He seemed pretty good. But, like, he's always been, so you're like, you're such a twat waffle! But now you're like, I love you! What is going on? Like, it's probably after doing his path, you're like, you're not as bad as you seem. I liked it better when we hated you in all the paths, because now I feel bad that we have to, like, kill you and shit, even though I know you suck. But, like, in this one, it's like, so he's our bestie now? What the fuck? Like, okay, I mean, Sure, we liked Kazama after doing Kazama's path, but let's just say if we had done Kyoto wins and then jumped straight into this and did Heisuke's path just to get all of the Heisuke bits out, right? This would be... Wait, we hated Kazama. Now we love Kazama. I don't... What? What? Like, the fucking turns in this game. Like, Jesus. I love it, though. I love it, I gotta be honest. I don't love the fact that we're gonna have to kill Sonnen, and that makes me sad, and I just want to hold him and be like, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. You're not as evil as everyone thinks you are, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway. But I just was so excited about seeing him, like, of course. Do you really expect me to permit this disgusting fake to build this so-called Fury Kingdom? Disgusting! Do you mind watching your attitude? Oh, Fury too, you know. No better alternative springs to mind. Always gotta be a jerk. Yeah, but he's hot, so that's okay. Well, forget you! I couldn't care less if I had your approval or not. Where is Sonnen? Right this way. None of you had better interfere. Could say the same to you! Oh, this is gonna be great. So then Heisuke and fucking Kazama are gonna, like, battle it out for who gets to kill Sonnen, and he's just like... And I'm gonna be like, Kimikiko, could you just stab him so we can get this over with? Heisuke and Kazama bickered like an old married couple. But now that the battle against Sonnen was fast approaching, I was so thankful that Kazama was on our side for once. Kimikiko led the way, and together all four of us treaded further into the castle. Wow. It's pretty. I love the wallpaper because it's like, look, it's supposed to be like clouds, but it's so faint and easy. And then like, but this is goddamn pretty. Like that shit is beautiful. I mean, this one's really nice too, but like this one, when it first pops, the scene pops up, you're like, bam. Wow. Even the ceiling, Jesus. We found a large door, and it took a few tries for us to pry it open. But when we did, darkness filled the elegant hall, so black that not even a dozen lanterns could illuminate the shadowy interior. I don't know, but there's 3 and it looks pretty light in here. I don't know, I'm just saying. Surprisingly, it was far darker here than within the catacombs. An unnatural curiosity. And what's the deal with this, like, wall being open so what you can crawl behind that's weird. I'm just... Continuing to walk down the hall, we saw them, Sen and Sonnen, together. Upon closer inspection, Sen's body appeared to be unconscious, leaning slightly upon Sonnen's body. That's the way you gotta get a girl, Sonnen? Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. I can't. A thin trickle of blood drooled from her lips. Oh, no. To me, it looked just like the water of life, but I knew it to be worse. It was Sonnen's blood. Oh, God, now we're gonna have to fucking kill Sen. Sonnen, was it? I order you immediately to back away from the princess. I hate this. I do. I hate it. I love the twists in this and like Sonnen being completely fucking psycho, but I hate it because I love Sonnen and this hurts. Kill him, but don't kill him. Could you? I don't know. It hurts me. Like in Kazama, when Kazama dies in all of them, I'm like, whatever. He was a dick in this path. It's fine. Because we know he's not a bad person, but in this path, he was a dick. But Sonnen, oh, we've known him from the very beginning when he was sweet and innocent and nice. Okay, technically when we started this game, he was kind of like, he started out very nice, and then he got a little crazy real fast because of the Water of Life. But I saw the prequel season of the anime, so I know what a nice sweetheart you are. I can't handle it. Spacey gets way too into these. It's like my life will never be the same. I don't know. Anyway. Order me. You are mistaken. I have the impression that you do not have any idea of who I truly am. I'm your master's master. To me, you are nothing but a servant, and I expect you to treat me thusly. Mind your tongue, fake. No demon bows to any of your kind. I'm not a fake. I'm merely a descendant of the demons in the West, an incarnation of what it truly means to become a fury. I just squeaked, like, that was weird. Heh! Way to put yourself on a pedestal! All furies are the same. Just a cursed body that'll hunt for blood until it's killed. Incorrect. I am the pure, distilled essence of a fury. Wow, he's mentally unstable. I love you, Sonnen, but we're gonna have to fucking take you out. Why are you so hot, though? But you wouldn't know. We are chosen, not made. You would do well to understand that. Perhaps, however, there's some hope in you, and with my help, I can unlock your potential. What say you? Do you accept my offer to build this world of our kind? A kingdom for us to rule? Me? Become a fury? What a ludicrous proposition. You're a snake of the highest order. Would you order a lion to become a cat? Kazama seemed fed up with Sonnen's behavior, immediately reaching for the hilt of his sword. I'm concerned for Kazama, though, because we've had our Fury Shinsengumi boys beat the fuck out of him. Okay, well, Saito did, but that's only because he had help. I guess because he had help. On his own, no. So, in this situation, if we all teamed up against Kazama, he stands no chance, but we're going to team up against Sonnen, so it's going to be a hard battle. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Sonnen averted his gaze coolly over to Heisuke. My offer extends to you as well, I suppose. What say you, Toto? I suppose. Rude! He's like, you know what? Nah. I know the struggle you've endured, your pain, to fend against the tide of bloodlust, overcoming its effects to harness your true power. Pardon me if I'm being forward, but I could easily imagine you becoming a true fury, like myself. Heisuke is nothing like you, Sonnen! This makes me so sad for when we get to his path. Like, I don't even know what's going to happen, and it's going to hurt more, because I'm going to be like, see, we could have saved him! Again, like I said in the last part, Man Harem saves them all. Oh? How do you mean? If you mean to say that he has no taste for blood, then spare me. I've no need for your delusions. That he has survived any of the symptoms of bloodlust at all, that he has preserved any latent sense of self must mean Toto has developed a taste for blood, hasn't he? Heisuke nervously looked towards me all of a sudden. Sonnen was right. Unless Heisuke had accepted his hunger for blood, his mind would slowly go insane, and the Heisuke we knew would disintegrate beyond recognition. But, alright, you got me. I've drank blood. But you got me all wrong. At least I haven't needed to kill anyone to do it. If I have to give in to these cravings, there's only one person I trust whose blood I can drink. Sonnen sighed in disappointment. I had so much promise for you, but in the end, you're as naive as ever. Very well then. Unlike you, I shall continue to feast upon the blood of whomever I choose. That's so rough, man. Like, wow. He's like, I'll eat whoever I want. Without their permission is rude. Declining my offer sadly means that this is the end for you, given that I've no use for weak furies. God, Sonnen is so sexy when he's pissed off and gonna fight. Why do I love him so much? He's such an asshole in this. It hurts. It hurts. It's like it hurts that Okita's gonna die, and that Yamazaki's gonna die, and that Inoue is dead. Oh my god. This game hurts me so much. It kills all my friends. Sonnen reached his right arm over to grab his sword. Then, an intimidating aura suddenly radiated from his entire body, his hair changing to a brilliant white. His presence filled the room, paralyzing every inch of my body from terror. As I stood fixed to the ground, I started to tremble in place, my body soon covering itself in sweat. Was this a true fury, like Sonnen had said? He looks no different than he normally does, but like... Just then, Heisuke kicked at the floor. He twirled his blade in a circle, shining in the air in the shape of a crescent moon before striking. However... you've improved, Toto. You've studied under the school of Hokushin Ito, had you not? Such potential, skills that otherwise would have led you to the path of full mastery. Hokushin Ito, a style of swordsmanship made popular in Edo during the early Bakumatsu period. Ito, Sonnen, and Toto were students of this style. Oh, there's another one. Full mastery, a designation awarded to those who had obtained an advanced competency in each of the major schools of sword-based combat. However, All humans use such depraved methods. What? Heisuke's eyes shot open with surprise. It wasn't Sanen's sword that intercepted Heisuke's powerful blow, but rather... Sanen blocked the attack with bare hands. Heisuke's blade tore Sanen's arm asunder, slicing down from his fingertips to the end of his elbow, exposing a gory display of sinew and bone underneath his flesh. Oh my god. Ah! Damn it! I can't pull my sword out! Sanen's regenerative powers were at a maximum, so intense that as his skin sealed the wound together, it trapped Heisuke's sword within Sanen's forearm. The fuck? Ah, this is so horrifying. Ah, some Halloween shit right here. Heisuke! He's got two swords. I instinctively grabbed for my kodachi and charged at Sanen with the full weight of my body. For once you're doing something, he's gonna kill you, but it's fine. Wait, you're in my way, Yukimura. Ah! Sanen sidestepped from me, sneaking a kick into my solar plexus and knocking me against the wall. I mean, seriously. I appreciate the effort, but you had to know that you're a demon and you are fucking useless. You okay, Spacey? Yeah, just my pride. I'm fine, but even with Heisuke to occupy him, Sanen's reflexes were heightened to a degree that made finding an opening to strike nearly impossible. Well, you have 3 against 1, though, so at some point someone's going to be able to distract him. Impressed yet? See, Toto, you more. If you simply shut your mouth and listen to me for once. You've been gifted a second chance at life, bequeathed powers that far exceed any being in history, yet you refuse to let them develop. This is your downfall. Sanen mercilessly kicked at Heisuke's body, the sword still lodged in his forearm. That is some Heisuke! One of Sanen's dull kicks had enough force to knock Heisuke back, involuntarily forcing him to yank his sword from out of Sanen's arm and drop to the floor. Well, hey, you got a sword out. Damn it! Heisuke wiped his face, trying to muster enough strength to stand, but Sanen stepped over him. As Sanen's shadow loomed over Heisuke... Kazama. Well, I don't mean to interrupt you, but let me show you how underestimating a demon will be your downfall. Oh, look at his eyes. I'm not gonna lie. That was the best. You're like, I love Sanen, but like Kazama standing behind him like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and Sanen being like, was great. It hurts me, but it's great. Sanen suddenly turned to look over his shoulder in the direction of Kazama's barking voice. Kazama stood towards the back of the hall, effortlessly carrying the fainted Sen in his arms. I see. So only with Toto as a distraction did you have any hope of saving the princess. Is that it? I've no allegiance to them. That boorish fool beneath you chose to rush in so carelessly, and who am I to deny myself an excellent opportunity? Princess, how glad I am to see you safe! Kumiguku sprinted over to where Kazama was holding Sen. However... Huh? Sanen seemed completely unfazed, not panicking whatsoever to Kazama's possession of Sen. No! Kazama, no! Get away from Sen! What? Kazama's eyes widened anxiously. Sen, who moments earlier looked limp in his arms, suddenly opened her eyes. Oh no. And then... No! Kazama is our friend now! Bad sense! Smack her on the nose with a newspaper. We don't hurt our friends! The sound of Kazama's painful moan was immediately followed by Sen's malicious grin, her cheeks dripping with fresh blood. Kazama! You bitch. Kazama collapsed to his knees, his eyes glowing with enmity towards the woman who deceived him. There stood Sen, with white hair and a pair of radiant golden eyes. In her hand, she held an ornate dagger stained with a film of crimson along its sharp blade. Shit's getting real, man. Princess! Oh no! My. What was it again you were saying? About how demons are far superior to Furies? Your hypothesis has been proven false. So sorry to report. but the results speak for themselves. I'm just getting all the voices mixed up right now. Like, whatever. If you'd like to admit how wrong you were, then I would be happy to oblige you and have you join us, Kazama. You'd make a fitting gatekeeper. You bastard! The spot where he'd been stabbed was disconcertingly deep and had targeted some of his vital organs. True, Kazama may have been a demon, but his healing powers had their limits, seemingly unlike Sanen's. Blood began to clot through Kazama's clothing, and with his guard down, Sanen found the chance to strike. No, don't kill Kazama! Just then, a short blade was flung at Sanen from behind him, but his reflexes allowed him to catch it in midair. The person who'd thrown the blade was... Hey, a little early to start your victory parade, isn't it, Sanen? It ain't over until one of us is dead. Spacey, you're to Princess Sen, and I'll take on Sanen. Okay, got it. I rushed over to Sen, but she's evil. Sen, are you okay? Do you recognize me? Sen suddenly looked up, stopping herself from lapping up the blood splattered on her palms. Oh! Her pupils undilated, regaining some sense of self. Princess, please hold yourself together. Kiku? Spacey? Sen no longer had a deranged look on her face, and she touched her cheeks in surprise. What's happened here? I thought Sanen... Sen slowly reached her fingers to her temples, rubbing them while she grimaced in pain. Are you okay? Just sit tight. I sprinted to check on her when... No! Don't come any closer to me! She halted me with a stern tone of voice. If you take another step, there's no telling if I may try to kill you. What should I do? Heisuke, someone whom I adored, was battling for his life only feet away from me. But at the same time, Sen needed immediate medical attention. Before I could decide, Kimigiko walked past me. Please, refrain from approaching her. I will deal with the princess. Kimigiko, what do you plan on doing with her? I will knock the bitch out. No. My duty, if she has, in fact, turned into a fake, then I must perform what is necessary, preventing any further crimes against our people. I must kill her with my own hands. In this way, her dignity shall remain intact. What? No, you can't! Please don't kill Sen. She's my friend. She's precious to me. Spacey, maybe I was making a mistake that would prove costly should she attempt to kill me, but... I gulped, nervously staring at the bewildered Sen. Spacey! Sen, don't give in to the water of life. And don't let Kimigiko kill you. Please! Sen's golden eyes flickered, hovering between what looked to be herself and her evil form. Oh, no! Don't you dare, Sanen, you motherfucker! You leave my friend alone! Listen, honey, you don't have to do what a man tells you. Be a strong, independent woman. He had to, literally poison her for God knows how long in order to get her to follow him. So, I mean, she's a pretty strong woman, I'm just saying. But still. Fight him! Anyway. What are you doing, Princess Sen? Enough wasting time. Kill the two of them. I can't do his voice angry. I can't. Sanen's words triggered Sen's frenzy, and suddenly her pupils dilated with fervor. Oh no, we're gonna have to kill her. Ah! She tightly gripped the hilt of the dagger, leaping to charge in my direction. Well, shit. She was coming right towards me. Just as I shut my eyes, I heard the sound of her dagger sinking into flesh. However, it wasn't my flesh that her dagger sank into. Kimigiko, no. Oh, look at poor Kimigiko. She's so happy to die. Kimigiko, why? Why, indeed. You and the princess are so alike, full of heart and recklessness. Sticking out from Kimigiko's ribcage was Sen's dagger, blood oozing from the entrance wound. At first glance, the wound wasn't fatal. However, watching Sen mindlessly drive her dagger into her old friend's abdomen was worrisome. Kimigiko was steadfast, biting her tongue to refrain from crying out in pain, and she smiled timidly. The princess is our fearless leader, committed to our people, all of whom adore her without question, which sometimes makes it challenging for her to open up, to give her heart to those she holds dear. So, although you two share kinship, given your background, what makes you special is that she trusted you with the knowledge that she's a demon. You were the first person she could truly call her friend. Kimikiku's body wavered, and she let out one pained groan before collapsing to the ground. Forgive me, Kiku! The light of insanity left Sen's eyes, replaced by a mournful gaze upon her old guardian. This cannot be. The spell is unbreakable. How could she have regained her sense? Only I can control her. Perhaps it had something to do with the taste of Kazama and Kimikiku's blood. Give it a rest. This so-called true fury bullshit you've been spewing was worthless. Face the facts. Silence! There's no way my creation could be destroyed. It cannot... Sonen's eyes burned with an intense rage, directing his hateful glare towards Sen and me. As you wish. If it's the bond between yourself and Princess Sen that's ruined my plans, then I'll slaughter every last one of you with impunity, as well as everyone she's ever met, anyone who has so much as thought of her. With her at my side, I can multiply my furies by 10-fold, 100-fold even. And even if I fail, I'll retain control of the demon princess, allowing me to influence thousands of demons. Isn't that right, Yukimura? Sana was seething, crossing the threshold of insanity that meant no return for him. I think he was already there. His eyes were fixed on me, and when he took a step towards me, Heisuke stood in front of me. Hey, Sonnen! Pick on someone your own size! Which would be Kazama, because you're like 4 feet tall, but why don't you leave this between you and me, eh? After all, we're practically dead men walking anyway. Stay back, Spacey. All right, please be safe, Heisuke. Just like, all right, yeah, I mean, I can't fight, so no problem. I nodded, putting my full faith into him as I slowly backed myself against the wall in a secluded corner. From here, Heisuke's back had never looked taller, and he stood confidently in front of Sonnen. That's because we're cowering in a corner, so of course he looks tall, but anyway. Heisuke assumed his Seigan position, widening his stance. I don't know. Wait, it's Seigan position. Anyway, an offensive sword stance characterized by the lowering of the knees and the pointing of one's blade toward their opponent. We never had to it was a fighting stance before. Now there's specific names for them. In the blink of an eye, Sonnen and Heisuke lunged at one another. Heisuke attempted to sidestep Sonnen, swinging his blade for Sonnen's arm when... Too slow. Tired already. Yeah, you wish. Barely breaking a sweat here. What about you, Sonnen? Looks like you're wearing a little thin there. Running out of energy? Is that your attempt at a joke? Perhaps you're going mad after all. Surely there's no other excuse for your delusions, you imbecile. Sonnen cocked his elbow back before stabbing out. The tip of his blade was driven into Heisuke's chest. Heisuke! I warned you. I warned you this would happen. Try as many times as you'd like, but your skill will never hold a candle to mine. Sonnen twisted his blade, digging it further into Heisuke's chest before turning to look at me. But you turned your back on him, and you're going to get stabbed. Oh, something the matter, Yukimura? Got no tears left to shed, do you? Even after I murdered the one you love in front of your very eyes. No, because I'm just really pissed that you're not trying to, possess me. Like, what the fuck? Is it because I suck? And I'm just because I'm a demon princess. Maybe I'm not really a princess. I'm just a demon. I'm a rare female demon. But why does Kazama want me when he could have a female demon princess? I guess because she's got a backbone. Yeah. I stared resolutely back at him. I believe in Heisuke. Believe in him. How futile. His time is dwindling. Better say your farewells now. I steeled myself to refrain from panicking. Heisuke wasn't the type of person to back down so easily, and he'd survived tougher than this. There was no way Sonnen would kill him now. Here I was, thinking my charisma could charm anyone. But it has no effect on you, does it? I mean, yes, it does, actually, but you're also evil now, so. So be it. It would be cruel of me to deprive you from one another, so worry not. The two of you will be together very soon. Sonnen jiggled the hilt of his sword, which was still stuck in Heisuke's chest, to pull it out. What in the... It will not go free! Sonnen grew agitated, staring back at Heisuke in shock. Before Sonnen had a chance to react... Ah! The tip of Heisuke's sword slid across the tatami mat, ripping it as he thrust the blade upwards. It was aimed directly for Sonnen's heart. Sonnen lifted his left hand defensively, hoping to block Heisuke's feint attack, but he was too late. Oh my god. Told you not to turn your back on Heisuke. Don't turn your back on a dead man. The blade in Heisuke's hand was jabbed directly into Sonnen's heart, followed by the snap of his chest bone. Oh my god, this is... Sonnen spit up a mouthful of blood, his lips frothing. It dribbled down his chest, trickled into a wide spot on his chest, which, by this time, had been splattered by so much blood, his seemed indistinguishable. Okay, sorry. Impressive, Toto. You've managed to kill me with the same technique I'd performed on you just a second ago. Moments ago. He looks so sad. He's like, I don't enjoy this. You know, I don't know if I could have pulled that trick on the old Sonnen. You think too highly of me. I'm pathetic. Always have been. See, oh my god, this makes it so much worse. You're like, Sonnen is an evil fucking prick, but he was always full of self-doubt, especially after he got injured. And now he's like, I've always been pathetic. Oh, that's why he went crazy. Because he has self-doubt and self-loathing. Oh, I know he's evil, but you want to hug him and be like, it's okay. No, you're precious to me. Ah, this hurts so much more than it should. No! Anyway, I don't know about that. I mean, man, you had so many chances to take me out. I'm sure you could have killed me if you wanted to. Sonnen let out a derisive laugh under his breath. No, I couldn't have. If memory serves me correctly, the impetus behind all of this is I couldn't use my left arm. That's right, Sonnen's left arm. While performing his rounds, Sonnen suffered a debilitating injury to his arm that effectively ended his tenure as a warrior. It was this arm that convinced him to drink the water of life. How ironic, isn't it? I toiled for so many years, enforcing the standards of the Shinsengumi beside Kondo with a ruthless command. But it was me all along that stained the name of the Shinsengumi, wasn't it? To the rest of the world, we'd valiantly lost our lives years ago. Your legacy is so much more than that. History will remember he was a brilliant, kind-hearted tactician whose cunning often preceded him. And not an evil, evil man. And foremost, is a man who honored the Shinsengumi. Hearing Heisuke speak to him so encouragingly gave Sonnen a sense of inner peace, resolving the war that had waged inside of him for too long. This hurts so much more! Well then, what a relief to hear. I'll be the first one there to greet you in the afterlife, Toto. A gentle smile rested easily on Sonnen's thin lips, just like how he'd looked when I first met him. He shut his eyes, calmly passing into the next life. This hurts my soul so bad. Heisuke, are you alright? Yep, got me pretty good a couple of times, so it might take a while to heal. Sit still, I'll take a look at it right away. No, it's okay. I'm a fury, so this'll all close up in a minute or two. Let me clean the wounds at least, will you? Please. I need something to do or I'm gonna cry, because Sonnen wasn't a horrible person. He was just so self-loathing and mad and oh, poor sad thing. I wiped away the coagulated chunks of blood. Ugh. Coagulated blood is one thing. Coagulated chunks of blood. Ah! Stop. With a thin rag and water from my canteen. Man, did Heisuke always have to be so reckless? One of these days, it'd come back to bite him. Hey, Spacey, what's the matter? Are you crying? We killed Sonnen. I'm not. There's no way you're not. Oh, come on. Don't cry. I'm not. In spite of my insistence, thick tears rolled down my face. I don't blame her, because I want to cry. Oh, man, I'm sorry if I worried you. But hey, you knew what we were getting into, right? Not you. You're fine. I'm sad because Son is dead and he just wasn't a horrible person like we thought. He was good and he went mad. He just needed a hug. We should have just hugged him more. It would have been fine. Hugs, not drugs, kids. See, he took drugs and he went bad. But if we gave him hugs, he would have been fine. He'd be like, wait, you're crying over Son? And yes, he was our friend and now he's dead. Well, yeah, I know that, but still. Heisuke was smiling beside me, jovial as ever. Having him here, safe beside me, trading jokes back and forth, was as good as it could ever be. She's like, you guys are having too much fun. Well, Sanen's dead, but like, shouldn't you be upset about it, Heisuke? You should be like, I'm sad that I held the kids on. I understand why I had to do it, but still, oh my god. Everyone is safe and accounted for, correct? Kiku, can you stand? Yes, ma'am. In due time, my wound should heal itself, no problem. Thank God she's not dead. Oh, how are you doing, Kazama? He's over there like, I'm dying. You're fine. Don't be a drama queen. Pfft, I feel like I've wasted an entire evening. Spare me your concern. Are you seriously going to be a jackass after all we've been through? I ought to kill you right here. Hey, be nice. Without Kazama, who knows what position we'd be in right now? Well, damn. Guess that settles everything then. It would seem so. Now that Sanen's reign of terror was over, there was no more threat of a Fury Kingdom looming. Heisuke, what are you going to do next? What are we? We. It's a we thing, sweetie Jesus. Well, I'll figure it out eventually. As long as I got you by my side, I think I could keep it together. At least a little better than Sanen did. Besides, should the worst case scenario happen, and I lose my mind, then someone'd probably kill me no problem. Like Mr. Sour Demon over there. What do I have to gain from squashing little insects like you? Take control of your life for once. Kazama turned his back to us, muttering coldly under his breath. I fucking love him. He's so moody and bitchy. I've heard rumors. While researching methods to improve the water of life, Kodo had supposedly accessed a spring hidden deep within the Yukamura clan's village. Yukamura clan, once Japan's largest demon clan in its eastern region, its village was viciously wiped from existence by humans, and it was once the protagonist's home. What? If legend serves correctly, then the water of Musu has properties that cure the water of life's effects. If somehow you could locate the spring and drink from its banks, perhaps it will serve as an antidote for those fakes tainted by its poisonous symptoms. Why didn't we go and find Kazama? Oh, you weren't being nice to us in Saito's route. We had to kill you. Did he die though? I don't know. I think Amagiri killed him. Kazama, did you know all of that for our sake? I'm not offering charity. My goal was to eradicate every single fake that crossed my path. So go on and see what lies in the land behind the mountains. Beyond the mountains. Maybe for once, I'll get some peace. If you're going to let Toto off the hook, then why not make your intentions more clear? When did I say I was doing that? If he'd rather go insane, then I'll gladly show him my sword. Kazama spat on the ground, turning to walk away from us and the castle. He's like, whatever, not being nice. Yes, you are. That's so adorable. And I love how Sen was like, oh, you're being cute. And he's like, shut up. Oh, hey, wait, Kazama. God, how much more idiocy must I endure? All right, then. Out with it, you. Really? Always gotta whine, don't you? Well, fine. Your loss. I'm only gonna say this once, so you better listen carefully. Thanks for letting us know about that spring. I appreciate it. He's like blushing. He's like, thanks. Yeah, whatever. Oh, bromance. Couldn't hear you. Come again. Liar. There's no way you couldn't hear me just now. Bah. You're never gonna hear it from me again. It seemed that not even fighting together for their lives could keep Kazama and Heisuke from bickering. Watching the two of them exchange playful banter coaxed tears of joy from all of us. And afterwards, Spacey, to what destination do you plan on leaving from here? Do you plan on going to Yukamura Village, just as Kazama had suggested? Yes, I think that's where we're off to next. Maybe I'll pay the Shinsengumi a visit first, though.
Very well, then expect me to drop by from time to time. It's a rather quaint, harmonious village.
Okay, please feel free to come by whenever you'd like. You're always welcome. Following the Battle of Sendai, we traded our goodbyes, leaving behind the castle and all of its hurtful memories in our wake. August 1868. Once we'd made our way back to the Shinsengumi from Sendai, Hijikata warmly welcomed Heisuke and me. Like he hugged you, because I just need more hugs in this. Although he'd never say it to our faces, lines of worry stretched across his forehead, and judging by his enthusiasm to greet us, it seemed like he'd been waiting to hear what had become of us. Oh my god, he like ran, Hijikata, he just like ran and like, and hugged us both and was like, and then let us go and right back to his sour face like, glad you're not dead. Like left. And you were like, did he just hug us? He just hugged us, dude. He must have been really fucking worried. As we recounted the events back to him, Hijikata was receptive, taking all of it in with a gentle smile. Oh, I love you so much. Heisuke, Yukamura, two of you did great. Sorry for having you clean up after that mess for us.
Nah, don't be. I think that I was the one who had to perform the deed myself. I mean, if I ever gave in to all those negative feelings and let them tear me apart, then I might have ended up the same as Sonnen.
Then Heisuke glanced over at me. See? He's like, you saved me.
Ah, we let Son. It's our fault. I didn't go mad thanks to you.
Or at least that's what he said through his eyes. Okay, well. Following a pause, Hijikata's tone dropped low, his voice hovering barely above a murmur. A murmur. How was he? Sonnen, I mean, in his final moments. Well, I think he'd reverted back to his original self as he edged closer to his death. He fondly recalled a memory, thinking back to the days when he was only human. I see. Hijikata lowered his gaze to the floor, perhaps reflecting upon happier times he'd shared with Sonnen. What stuck out as poignant to me was Sonnen's memory of the Shinsengumi's early days, thinking back on how loyally he'd served both Kondo and the group. The guilt and sorrow Hijikata must have felt for ordering the death of his longtime friend was unimaginable. However, there wasn't much time to linger on the past. Also, I mean, seriously, he was goddamn insane. For now, Heisuke and I had one last journey to make.
So, Hijikata, how's the rest of the Shinsengumi been since we last seen you?
Well, strap in. According to Hijikata, they were on the losing end of a devastating war, which only seemed to worsen by the day. Although we could rely on both Saito and Shimada to lead their troops, mounting offensive charges that worked successfully in their favor, other divisions weren't so lucky. Oh, goddamn. Okay, there it is. I like feel something keep touching my arm, like, ah, it's a hair from like it was stuck on my shirt. So, what does that mean for the rest of you now? Well, it's not just ourselves we gotta look out for anymore. It's a little hard to say at the moment. Although he would never admit it, it seemed like Hijikata was at the end of his rope, desperately searching for recruits to strengthen their numbers. I think you just need to give up before you die. Oh my god, it's like you've got a pocket watch on. Oh, that's hot as fuck. The vest is sexy, the pocket watch is sexier, Jesus. Hijikata snuck a glance at Heisuke, and perhaps he was even considering asking him to join, even if Heisuke could have turned to ash on the battlefield. And I'm like, don't you dare! Don't! No! Growling deeply at him, as you can only do in Japanese. Just doesn't work in English. However, our minds had already been made up. Hijikata, I need to speak with you. You see...
Hey, hold on, Spacey. I should be the one to tell him, right?
Heisuke turned from looking at me to facing Hijikata, carrying a look of certainty in his eyes. Oh, we save him because otherwise he was gonna die in battle with Hijikata. Is Saito gonna again? Man Harem would have saved them all. Jesus. I want there to be a route for that. I really want there to be a route for that. There is a route where she just goes off on her own and doesn't like fall in love with any of them, which I just think is ridiculous. We're gonna do that before we do the Hijikata path. Okay, I'm sorry. There is no like there is no possibility that we're going to end this game with her going off on her own and like, la la la, independent woman. Fuck that shit. But I want the man harem path where we keep all of you and we love all of you and you're all my boyfriends and none of you die. Yay! You know, because we're magical. Like, we suck at everything and we're kind of useless, but actually we're magical because we stop them all from going crazy and dying. So, I mean, I guess that's something.
Hijikata, I understand better than anyone just how dire things are for the Shinsengumi right now. But if I may, let me say this. I'm leaving the Shinsengumi, and I'm taking her with me.
We'd expected Hijikata to throw a fit or roll his eyes and call us idiots, but instead he sat quietly. He's like, I don't blame you. Kondo, Okita, Yamazaki, Inoue, Harada, and Nagakura. In such a short span of time, Hijikata was forced to say goodbye to so many of his old friends. You say that like Okita's already dead, which he kind of already is. Sonnen, you forgot Sonnen, but whatever, that's fine. We just murdered him, but you can't even put his name in there. So, now it's your turn to leave the Shinsengumi, huh, Heisuke? Are you putting your sword behind you?
I think so. I've dedicated my entire life to fighting. The only thing I'd ever thought to expect out of life was to serve my country until it killed me. But ever since I become a Fury, I realized there's so much more to it. I mean, hell, I almost believed that becoming a Fury was what I was destined to be. I convinced myself that if I was brought back to life to fight, that's all I'd ever be good at.
Heisuke shut his eyes in reflection, quietly turning the events of the past few years over in his mind. Doesn't this hurt you, though? Because then when you're not in his path, you're like, that's exactly what he thinks. I became a Fury so I could live longer and die for my country. And then he goes and he does. And you're like, oh, that makes me so sad. It hurts. It hurts that we kill them all. Oh. He took a deep breath and opened his eyelids before turning to face me again.
And after spending every day beside her, it hit me. I might not be a human anymore, but there's so much more to life than what I do with my sword.
I see. Never expected you to have the balls to say that to me, so I assume you've got somewhere in mind. Yes, we're going to head for the village where I was born, the Yukamura village. Supposedly, there may be a wellspring hidden within the mountains that could cure Heisuke's condition.
Yeah, there's even so much as a hint of a possibility that a cure exists out there, somewhere, and I want to do everything it takes to find it. Right now, I don't want to die in some battlefield. I want to spend every moment of my life with her.
That's so adorable. I love it. And Hijikata's like, dude, can you keep the romance? Keep it in your pants, Heisuke. Jesus. He's like, I feel awkward about this. Hijikata shut his eyes in contemplation, thinking quietly to himself as I twiddled my fingers. It was a lofty request, one that I anticipated was too nuanced to answer quickly. After a prolonged silence, Hijikata opened his eyelids again, turning to ask me a question. He's like, really? Him? Come on, we all loved you. And you're like, and I loved all of you, and if it were up to me, actual Spacey, not game derpy-eyed Spacey, we would have a man harem and everyone would be alive and happy. I'm just saying. Yukamura, you satisfied with that? Yes, absolutely. No, I want all of you. I'm just... I nodded firmly, staring back at Hijikata with confidence. I feel comfortable enough to say this now, but when I first encountered the Shinsengumi, all of you seemed so intimidating to me. But the more I came to spend time with each one of you, I began to understand. All of you laughed, cried, and fought together, weathering life's challenges as one unit. Before I knew it, the Shinsengumi had carved a very special place in my heart. But what I feel for Heisuke surpasses all of that. And because of how strongly these emotions run through me, God damn it, Tim. I want to settle down with him. Together we could search for a way to improve his health, no matter how long it takes.
That's what I want too.
Heisuke was going to expand upon what I had said, but Hijikata interjected almost immediately. I don't want a graphic description. Heisuke, Yukamura, everything you reported to me is true. And that means the demons will no longer be working with the Imperials, right? Yes, we believe so. No more demons? And now the Furies are dead too? Well then, guess there's no reason for either of you to stick around here anymore. As of the Aberona Koji incident, Heisuke's been long pronounced dead. Practically no one knew that Yukamura was ever associated with us. So, go wherever the hell you want. Do as you please. Hijikata wore a relaxed expression, speaking with a plain tone of voice. I suppose this was his send-off. On paper, it seemed impersonal, but for us, it meant so much more. That's basically like he's basically throwing rice and hugging you. Despite the imminent threat of war still hovering just beyond the horizon, Hijikata sat with us, sending us off warmly in his own reserved way. When Hijikata nodded with the go-ahead, Hijikata, thank you for all the years we spent together. Yes, thank you. No other words captured how we felt as immediately. I just think it would have been so funny if she just hugs him and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Wow. So this is really is goodbye. God damn it, Tim. Wow. So this really is goodbye then, huh? It was becoming real, meaning that we would have to bid farewell to our entire lives thus far, for wherever our journey would take us. For Heisuke, who had served the Shinsengumi for far longer than I did, I can only imagine what had been going through his mind at the time. Peeking from the corner of my eye, I took a glimpse at him, noticing that he had already been staring in my direction, and our eyes locked together. What's the matter? Oh, well, I just wanted to ask you one last time. Ask me what? I knew he was gonna. I'm like, are you sure? Jesus Christ! Don't make me slap you again. Spacey, are you sure you won't regret this? It was a heavy question to which I wondered if I'd ever truly know the answer. But for now, of course I won't. I love that. I don't know, I might someday, but no, of course. No, you. Oh. Because the only priority I have is spending the rest of my life with you, Heisuke. Come what may, no matter what happens beyond this point, I could never regret this decision. I gave him my purest, widest smile. Deep in my heart, I knew that happiness without you isn't happiness at all. Gotcha. Well, I had a feeling you'd say something like that. But I wanted to hear the words straight from you. You're adorable. Yeah, I guess there's some things that mean more when they're said in person. Yeah, actually, I've got one. It was a little hard to find the right time to see this, but there's something I've been meaning to tell you. Heisuke went suddenly quiet. His puppy dog eyes quivered, gazing into my soul. I'm not really into you. I'm gay. I'm just kidding. And she'd be like, well, that's good, because I actually am a man. I just pretended to be a girl because you guys thought I was a girl, and it saved me from being murdered. So I just went with it. What the fuck? That would have been a twist. I'm just saying, this path has a lot of twists. I don't know what to expect. His body shifted timidly, like it was still mustering the courage to tell me what he had wanted to say. And then, well, you know what it is. I love you. Come on. I mean, we knew that, but... And then, he whispered softly into my ear the words that I had wanted to hear more than anything. Ice cream has no calories? Oh. I mean, that's fine, too. Spacey, I love you. I mean it. No other woman has ever come close to giving me butterflies in my stomach like you do. Oh, no, that's just my food my bad cooking is bad. It was bad mayo. Not even in my wildest dreams could I think of someone more perfect for me. I love you. Thank you. Thanks for always putting up with me. For believing in me. For never, ever leaving my side. I know, I'm awesome. I'm a unicorn. Hearing the words come from his mouth made me feel like I'd been lifted into the sky to rest upon a bed of clouds. He was so thoughtful and sweet. I couldn't help but shed a tear. All those moments I'd spent watching him suffer the torture of bloodlust. Even with the tumult agonizing his body and mind, I wanted him to know how I would have done anything to support him. And how all of those moments were validated. Hey, Spacey, why are you crying? Oh man, I didn't say the wrong thing, did I? I didn't mean to make you cry. Jesus Christ, they're happy tears, understand. No, sorry, What you just said touched me so. You have no idea how much that means to me. He scanned his fingers to my hair nervously, gently stroking the threads in a playful manner. That's fucking adorable. He's like, can I touch you? You've already kissed me. Yes, Jesus fucking Christ. Then he looked me back in the eye.
As long as it brings you happiness. And then I'll say it over and over and over every day. So dry your tears, okay?
No, because sometimes we cry when we're happy. I'm a woman, Jesus. The next day, we'd started our goodbyes. Time went by in a flash as we spent the day bidding each of our friends in the Shinsengumi farewell. My heart grew heavy, realizing there were so many members who'd left an impression on me that I wouldn't be able to greet, but our departure couldn't be delayed any longer than it already had been.
Want to set out, Spacey?
Okay, let's go. As we exited the compounds, a full moon dazzled brilliantly in the sky, illuminating the entirety of the path ahead of us. A sign of good fortune, hopefully. This would be the worst. Somebody jumps out, kills us. Well, that escalated quickly. Considering Heisuke's condition, it was pressing for us to leave by midnight to cover the most ground, meaning most of the men were likely asleep by then. We had figured this to be the easiest option, given that, for all intents and purposes, Heisuke and I essentially no longer existed in the Shinsengumi. It gave us the perfect opportunity to perform a discreet exit, thinking no one would see us off when, oh come on, you know our boys are going to be there. Yay! I just wanted to see Saito one more time. I was like, please, Saito, show up. Oh! Our only friends who aren't dead. Like, legit. Like, because Okita's, like, just wasting away. Yamazaki's already dead. Iba doesn't exist in this. Harada Nagakura left already. Soma's probably dead. We already know Ryoma's dead because he dies in every path except for his own. And, like, yeah. So it's just this is sad. Out of all of the boys, these are it. That's it. And they threw Shimada in there because they're like, you can't, which is 2. It makes it sadder. We gotta throw in the other guy, the other side guy, side character. But he's our big teddy bear. Hey, guys. The hour is late. I'd been expecting you much earlier. Indeed, I expect an apology for waiting so long. At least you could do is let us send you off. Hijikata, Saito, and Shimada. They're not dead! Oh my god! Oh my god, I thought they were dead! Oh, look! I figured they were gone and dead. Oh, they're not dead. I'm happy. Oh. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean they're not going to die later, but they're already not dead, so that's good.
Toto, Miss Yukamura, you two are heartless. Were you really planning to leave us hanging without saying goodbye like that?
Thank you both for all the memories and laughter we've shared together.
You guys, it's not like that. Were you busy earlier?
Well, it wasn't for the lack of trying. No harm would have come in taking the time to wish our friends farewell before their next chapter. I love you so much, Saito. I love you so goddamn much. I can't stand this. This hurts. After the 2 of you had left for Sendai, we had no way of knowing what became of you. Brings me so much joy to see you return safely. More importantly, please look out for each other. Same for all of you, too. They're all gonna die. This is gonna be so bad. Oh, we had this touching moment we leave, and then, like, they all died. Ouch.
Yeah, it's what we should have been telling you guys. Since you're gonna go off to war soon.
Oh my god, Saito's gonna die in place of... He shouldn't, though, because in real life, he didn't actually, like, die. I mean... And they left Harada Nagakura alive, so I just assumed that they were trying to as closely stick to... Obviously, aside from, like... In Heisuke's route, they're not going to be like, well, he died! Because that would ruin it, so, you know. Anyway. Haha! A true statement. It is unlikely that we'll be leaving the battlefield anytime soon. Well... You two, however, have fought enough, conquering both your adversaries and your inner demons. And no one is more deserving of rest than you two. Live well. I love you so much. We will. Thank you for everything.
Heh, you don't have to tell me twice. Thanks.
Hijikata silently observed us banter with his men. He looked more like a chaperone than a participant in the send-off party, offering nothing to say. Because he's crying on the inside. He loves us.
Well, time for us to go.
Okay. We waved to our friends, turning our backs when... Take care, will ya? My ear perked up as it heard a message carried by the tender midnight winds. Aww! Look look, he totally is dressed like a pirate. Oh my god, it's because he's got like, he's like, I wear my jacket tied around my waist. That's so cute. Ever since that fateful evening when I first encountered the Shinsengumi, my life underwent so much change. It was somewhat of a sinking feeling to think about how this period of my life had flown by me, and that I may never see any of these people ever again. We really didn't get a makeover. But oh, hey, Skate.
What's up?
I loved almost every second of my time with the Shinsengumi, and all of the faces along the way. Memories of our time came flooding back to me. In spite of their reputation, the Shinsengumi navigated pressures felt by the shogunate and other domains with aplomb, working so hard to spread their name. They even overcame internal strife as new members entered the fold. At one point, Heisuke left the Shinsengumi to join the Guardians of the Imperial Tomb. I remembered the haunting scene of Heisuke shivering in a pool of blood after the Aberano Koji incident, which led him to drink the water of life. How he triumphed over the former colonel of the Shinsengumi in a one-on-one duel, which was literally like 3 days ago. It was difficult to believe that all of this and more had occurred in the span of 4.5 years.
Same. My life here, everything we saw and did, I don't think they'll ever leave me.
What were we talking about? We lived to tell the tale, and at last we could smile knowing that we withstood all of these trials together, walking hand in hand towards our bright future. I met the Shinsengumi, tense and fearful under the sheen of ominous moonlight. But this time, this moonlight was soft, glimmering above us as we waved our as we waved our friends in the distance goodbye. Oh, as we waved our friends in the distance goodbye. Goodbye to our friends. Okay. Summer 1868. That's actually a really cute way to end it. Like, we waved goodbye to our friends. Summer 1868. It just gives you the date at the end. I don't know why. I like that. So I'm aware there's going to be an after chapter. We're not doing that in this part. So we will do the final chapter. We're going to see the beautiful ending here. We're going to do the final chapter in the next part, and then we will start working on the bad endings. So this is like the perfect place to end it. We missed a lot of CGs, though. Obviously, there's going to be one. We just saw that one. Was there one before that? I don't know. There was 3 at the end, because I looked the other day when I played. There's one in the beginning that we missed, which I'm assuming comes from a bad path, but there's 4 versions of it, so I don't know how that works. But there was 3 at the end, and we just got one. I'm assuming there's going to be one in the at the ending, you know, the little happy ending thing, and we may have gotten another one here that I missed. I don't remember. It could also be a bad ending, but I'm just confused because I'm just surprised that we missed so many, because we made all the right choices, but we'll find out. Because the one with Sen stabbing Kimikiko wouldn't count. That would have been in our others. Which is nice. They don't count that as his. Yay! Anyway, so it's going to do our after thing. Final chapter. Don't you read! Don't you look at this! You close your eyes. It's just a black screen right now, which is perfect. So, aha! Yes, there we go. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here before we get into the final chapter, although you're going to see the first line, but it's fine. And then when we come back in the next part, we'll do the final chapter, and we'll start going and doing our bad endings, unrequited love endings, blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.